Hi, friends. Good evening, good day, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good one. For day 8 of our Inktober, we're going to have the prompt reckless. And while we're here, I want to talk to you about the concept of this drawing. Um, it's basically inspired by this line from one of my favorite local artists here in the Philippines, Sarah Geronimo, when she said, "Di mo namalayan, naubusan ka ng oras. You didn't notice until you run out of time." And it's just, to me, an epitome of the idea of recklessness. There are times and moments wherein probably we've wasted time on people, on things that doesn't matter, or in causes that doesn't bring us happiness at the end. And this is my variation, my interpretation of that lyric, of those lyrics. And for today, we're going to use brush pens, a micron pen, and we'll have fun because I still have a bunch of loose inks right now that I diluted in water, and I plan to just splatter this later on all over this drawing. So I'll shift now to voiceover mode and we'll talk to you more about this piece and on the idea of recklessness and time. So today's prompt is a sharp kinetic word, reckless. After spending the last few days contemplating on the quiet struggle of self doubt and the careful labor of memory, today words demands an explosion of energy in a complete break from control. This drawing is about what happens when the pressure we carry, the pressure of time, responsibility, and expectation finally bursts. For reckless, I drew a broken hourglass with later on a huge reckless splatter of ink. I used fine controlled lines for the hourglass and the hand portion, but for the other side of it is just chaotic ink. Shattered glass, a cloud of sand. I don't know what the splattering later on will symbolize, but it's just pure recklessness. Well, controlled recklessness, if you may, in this situation. The hourglass is the ultimate symbol of life lived by measure, days, deadlines, and the steady linear progression that binds us. A reckless act, then, is fundamentally an act rejecting that measure. We are taught that structure is safety and success is built on careful, measured effort. But at a deep existential level, that relentless ticking can feel suffocating. Recklessness is the moment the soul screams, "No more seconds." They attempt to stop the flow entirely. It is violent, chaotic search for a brief moment of immediate freedom. The moment that exists outside of the crushing pressure of productivity and scheduling that defines modern existence. Recklessness is often defined as self destruction, but from another standpoint, it can be a desperate attempt of self recreation. When the orderly life we've built, the job, the routine, the expectation, starts to feel like a trap, a reckless act is a way of hitting the reset button. It says the old rules no longer apply. The shattering of the glass is painful, messy, just like spilled coffee we drew, but also releases the sand, creating a blank slate. It is the chaotic tension of the piece, the impulsive desire to pierce the fabric of reality and escape the tyranny of the clock. It's a moment of destructive honesty where you acknowledge that the prison you've built, even if you break your hand trying to get out. Unlike our piece of memory where it stitches the fragments together, The aftermath of recklessness leaves a vacuum. The sand is everywhere, and time no longer is measured by that hourglass. It's just gone. The true reckoning for a reckless act is dealing with the unmeasured consequences. The moments of chaos are fleeting, but the broken glass and the spilled sand, the mess remains. The challenge is moving from a single powerful moment of rejection to the slow, painful process of rebuilding a structure that is more authentic and less restrictive than the one shattered. It is the transition from chaos back to thoughtful creation. So, guys, in this idea of this drawing, have you ever had an experience where you really wanted to break out? Was there a moment where you feel like you're caged in your own thoughts or societal expectations, or maybe your commitment that you wish to break out from? It's pretty normal, and in fact, it's human. So, yeah, friends, I think that's gonna do it for my day 8 for Inktober. Reckless, wherein it's merely the expressionistic side of being reckless with the use of ink. Maybe in a few days I'll add more splotches or some other details to this drawing. But for now, this is the piece. So, I hope you guys are having a great day, week, month, year, and I wish you all the love. And as always, peace. Take care.